So hello, welcome back everybody. I'm here again for another IATEFL live chat and I'm joined by Dr. Kathleen Malu. Kathy, it's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
How is your IATEFL experience so far?
It's been wonderful. You know, this is my first time at IATEFL.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay,
I'm
hang on.
A newbie.
So where have you joined us from today?
I have joined you from the United States. I live in New York City. I've been there for 40 years, but I was born and raised in a small town in Pennsylvania.
Wow. So, and you've flown in all the way from New York to Belfast just to be with us this week?
I have, yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Have you managed to see the city at all?
No, not yet. I arrived yesterday. I saw the Titanic Museum, but just from the outside. And I had a lovely walk this morning. Beautiful weather.
I know, it's such a surprise from yesterday, isn't it? I mean, honestly, yes.
Yep. I started taking lots of photographs because I never know if the rain is going to come, so figured better do it now.
I think that's the best approach, 100%, yes. Oh, and have you got any time at the end of the conference to stick around, or are you heading straight back?
No, I'll be here until Saturday.
Right, okay, so there's a bit of time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Kathy, what's your ELT background? What's kind of brought you to the point where you are today? Tell us about you.
Okay, so my career started in 1973, so cut me short if I start rambling, because I have to admit, I think I have a few different experiences. I started out as a United States Peace Corps volunteer, and I was assigned as an EFL teacher in Zaire, which now is called the Democratic Republic of the Congo. After that, I returned to the United States and I got a master's degree in English and French. And 5 years later, I rejoined the Peace Corps and served as a inspectrice d'anglais at the Ministry of Education in Kigali, Rwanda. After that, I had various projects in the United States. I worked at the United Nations International School for a while. I worked at some of the universities in New York City for a while. And then I became a little bored. And so I went back to school and I got a PhD in language literacy and learning. And that was when I was able to make the shift from being a teacher to preparing teachers. And since then, I've been working at a university in New Jersey where I prepare teachers, but also do in-service and graduate work at the graduate level. As you know, my topic is professional development, Facebook, and English clubs on Friday afternoon at 12:45.
Well, this is the presentation. If anyone's around, please come Friday afternoon. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, let's talk about that. So, professional development through Facebook groups is the topic.
Yes.
Let's start from the beginning. Where did this stem from?
Sure.
What have you found out? How did you do this?
Sure. So, going back again, I started using computers in my ESL teaching in 1982. When there were Apple IIe's and the Apple GS's, I think, and all kinds of very old machines now, today. I stayed with that technology for a while, and when I moved into teacher education, my dean asked me to design a course online, and I taught the first graduate course at my university beginning in the year 2000. And I've been doing online teaching ever since, and that seemed to be an in for me to accept an invitation from the United States Department of State to serve as an English language expert for their Facebook group called American English for Educators. And so in September, I was the teacher expert for a month-long presentation about English clubs, and this was done on Facebook.
And so who were the members of this group?
Yes, the members at that point were about 4,500 educators worldwide.
Right.
And they were interested in English clubs. I could say that I was asked to do this project because in 2015, I had a most wonderful professional experience. I was invited back to the Congo to do a needs assessment of what was going on with English clubs. And there was, and there is today, a grassroots movement across Congo, DRC, and many Francophone countries to learn English.
Mm-hmm.
And I was privileged to develop the materials that are now available on the State Department website. And so that led me to being asked to serve as an expert for the Facebook group.
And so typically an English club is, on one hand, it could be a face-to-face space where people got together and did they learn English formally, or was it just a space to interact, to chat in English, to exchange ideas?
Right. So an English club is different from a classroom in that people come together to practice English.
Mm-hmm.
They practice, they enhance their skills, they engage in activities that are fun and exciting, interesting, intellectually challenging, and they also may come together to solve a community problem, but everything is based on the desire to practice English. And clubs can be found, as we all know, at the school level, but also in communities. So this was one of the reasons why they decided to run this month-long project of English clubs on Facebook.
Okay, so and you were asked to be the person who was going to lead it, and so you did.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do it?
Well, I did it with a lot of support.
Mm-hmm.
I provided the verbiage, the input, and I worked with a wonderful graphic designer. She works in this project with the Office of English Programs, and she took the words and put them into a variety of different formats. So on the Facebook page, you'll find a wide variety of activities taking place over a month. And those activities include infographics. So a screenshot, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
that has information in it. There'll be a poll or two every week. There will also be resources. So this Facebook group information is linked to materials that are available online. There are also brainstorm questions and reflections. And since my time with the English Club Facebook page in September, I've been asked to do another Facebook page in July, and I've realized that they've added now 2 more components. One is a contest, and another one is ask me anything, and I'll be invited to do a short video to respond to the Ask Me Anything.
Okay, so question
a
and
lot
answer
of variety,
session.
question and answer.
Yeah, oh, that's lovely. So just to get more of a fuller picture, these are asynchronous sessions, so it's not run in real time.
Correct.
Activities are put online,
Mhm.
and then the participants of the group just come in and they do the activities.
They must first join,
Right.
but the joining requires the answer to 3 questions. Something like one question is, what are you a teacher? And 2 other questions, I don't remember what, but then once you join, and yes, totally asynchronous.
And how did that work in terms of having any kind of was there any discussion in the group? Because very often on asynchronous courses, if there's a lag in time and people aren't automatically responding, it can sometimes be a bit demotivating and students become disengaged a little bit. Was there anything like that on these?
I didn't notice anything.
Right.
And I have to say, in all humility, having designed online courses since the year 2000, I think I have a pretty good idea about how to keep people motivated and engaged. And in the courses that I teach for the university, they are asynchronous. They must respond within a week, but they're asynchronous, and students will respond and interact. Now, your question raises a really interesting puzzle for me, because since January, this Facebook group has moved from one space to another space.
Mm-hmm.
And now I saw there are 450,000 members. So now this is going to be very interesting for me. What's it going to be like?
Well, challenging, I think. Yeah, definitely. My goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you ran this course for a month,
Mhm.
and then did you get feedback afterwards, or was it based on the interaction of the participants
It's
over the month?
based on the interaction of the participants.
Mm-hmm.
And I should say that I'm not alone. So I serve as the expert. There are 2 guest moderators. There are at least 1 or 2 administrators. So there's a backup team, a support network. But it's lovely to see the interactions, and it's great fun to see posts that come from countries that I've been to, right? I feel a very special sympathie, if I can be a little bit of French here, connection when I can see people's countries that I feel comfortable or familiar with. Let me put it that
Absolutely. And I mean, I can't imagine with 450,000 participants globally, that's absolutely fantastic.
It's going to be interesting.
And just for anyone watching at home, is it possible for them to join this course?
Yes, it's very possible to join. Go to Facebook and ask to become a member of American English for Educators. And as I explained, you'll have a few short questions to answer. Any and all teachers who are interested in English are more than welcome to join anywhere in the world.
This is wonderful. And you can use it, I presume, on your mobile devices as well. It's not just that you have to be, sat at home with the computer.
Absolutely. Right.
This is fantastic. Right. Oh, okay. And do you have any other projects in the pipeline apart from managing 450,000 participants in January?
Well, I'm kind of approaching the twilight years of my career, and my partner and I are thinking about retiring in the UK. So it spurred me to explore the professional organizations. Mm-hmm. So my next project is to give a paper at BERA, the British Educational Research Association, in September. I will be doing that with 2 of my colleagues, one from Angola and another one from Congo DRC. So that's my next project.
Oh, well, all the best with that. That sounds very interesting. And good luck if you decide to retire in the UK.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, enjoy the rest of your time in Belfast. All the best for your talk. And thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.